entertainment of our audience. This is the Blue Collar Minutemen Show.
Welcome back to the Blue Collar Minutemen Show, ladies and gentlemen. We're glad to have you with us. And I might not be in the most jovial mood today, but we're still going to put this message out there, give you some information, because we're just trying to help keep this country great. Bill, how's it going?
Fantastic. Can't complain about too much. I don't know if you can see that, had a barbecuing accident yesterday.
Ouch.
Wow.
Blistered up there a little bit.
Ouch.
Those barbecue grills, they're dangerous.
Justin, how have you been?
Oh, great. Busy at work. Love it.
Well, good deal. I'm the same way. I'm at my mom's right now, and it is hot. I was just outside for like 30 minutes and came in, and it was like somebody just dumped water all over me. So humidity is thick, right?
Yeah, I gotta go mow here in a minute.
Yeah, I don't envy you on that one. But guys, once again, had a lot going on this week. Some stuff not so funny, but some other comical things. But let's get this message out here, boys. I mean, what are y'all thinking about France? Y'all see what's going on over there?
It's well, this morning I read for not only France, but England, Italy, Australia are all doing the same thing.
Protesting against it.
Yeah. Against the lockdowns and the COVID passports or whatever they call them. In France, they've gone as far as they're burning down the actual vaccination centers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now,
man, they're that serious about it.
Yeah. But let's be clear about something, Bill. Let's make sure we tell them that the reason France is doing this big this is because of their president, who has decided to come out and tell all the people, if you're not vaccinated and you get caught, that's automatic 5 years in prison.
Yep.
Huh. I wonder what the prison sentence is for a cocaine dealer or a
I don't
crack
know.
dealer.
But if you own an establishment and someone is caught in your establishment, it's 10 years.
Yes.
So you're punishing the business owner for the actions of a patron.
He's got to put his little bouncers out there in front and make sure that everybody's vaccinated coming in.
And no wonder they're burning that place to the ground.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, that's wrong.
Now, Bill, Justin, correct me if I'm wrong. Why did the United States enter World War II?
Well, several reasons.
Yeah, a bunch of reasons there, but
but correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of what people said back then too, anything that starts in Europe will eventually bleed over and wound up on our shores.
Right.
Could be a war in, or possible
vaccinations, lockdowns. Yeah. I mean, all these people have to keep each other happy with these treaties and all the political stuff that gets thrown around. So yeah, naturally the more developed countries in the world, they tend to set the standard for things.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to trickle down because nobody wants to lose their funding.
Right. But Bill, I think we got some video from France that you want to play for us.
Yeah, we do. Give me just a second.
Over 100,000 people marched across France Saturday to protest against President Emmanuel Macron's plans to force the vaccination of health workers and require a COVID-19 vaccine certificate or negative test to gain entry to bars, restaurants, and movie theaters. Demonstrators say Macron's sweeping measures announced this week to fight a surge in COVID infections infringe on their freedom of choice. Vaccinations are really about individual freedom. Everyone can choose. That's not the theme here today. The theme is about the absence of freedom that is unfortunately continuing to grow in this country. That's it. They're taking away our freedoms little by little, vaccinated or not, and we're all together. One demonstrator in Paris was seen dressed as the Statue of Liberty. Some signs read, "No to the health passports." Macron's announcement had already prompted demonstrations earlier this week in Paris, where police had fired tear gas to disperse some protesters. Marches across the country also included yellow vest protesters seeking to revive the anti-government movement curbed by coronavirus lockdowns.
Well, looks like the French are already out there in the streets on this one.
I
mean-
do not blame them.
Oh, I don't either.
Having anything forced on you is a fundamental violation of your rights.
Well, here's the thing, Justin. And of course, I listen to Dan Bongino a lot, and I know
Mhm.
all of us have. You know, people cannot keep looking the other way. You've got to know what is going on. It's not going to go away. And this battle is going to get to where it comes to every person in America's front door. People aren't going to be able to just sit there and turn the channel and think this is going to go away. This is not
Yep.
going. So I've heard that they're not going to be doing forced vaccinations here. Of course, my mom watches mainstream media, and I was with her this morning watching Face the Nation, and they're trying to Sally Struthers the whole thing.
Mhm.
And what I mean by that is they're out there now on Face the Nation. They're saying, come on, just for a few dollars a day, get your vaccination. It's going to help so much. You know,
Man, have you seen them do that? They're offering college scholarships for people to go ahead and do the virus or to get the vaccine. Now we're down to bribing people to do it.
right.
Donuts for life. Krispy
Yeah.
Kreme. They're
Right,
offering free
exactly.
donuts.
I might
Right.
consider it if you threw in some donuts for life, man. Nah, I'm not bought that cheap, trust me. But still, though, I mean, and I feel bad, yeah. And I knew this was going to happen ever since this whole COVID mess came down, and they were going to look for a vaccine. I knew they were going to use the military, make it mandatory, and it seems like we're starting that whole era of testing stuff out on our the soldiers first.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. And I think that's despicable. Everybody should have the chance
Right. And
to say yes or no.
right. And here's something else, Justin. And Bill brought this up. You know, Face the Nation this morning was saying they're trying to do the Sally Struthers approach, and they're trying to plead with you and tell okay. But Bill, weren't you saying that CNN is wanting people charged with wanton endangerment for not taking the vaccine?
Yep, they think you should be charged because you're not taking the vaccine, so you're a threat to health. You're wantonly threatening the life of someone else. Okay. If your vaccine works, it don't matter if I'm vaccinated or not. If your
Mhm.
vaccine don't work, then it don't matter if I'm vaccinated or not.
Exactly, right? Simple.
Simple.
Simple. Simple.
So then that begs the question, why do they want us to take it so bad?
They need guinea pigs.
They need guinea pigs.
Well,
And
did you hear-
whoever's the ones making this stuff, Pfizer or what, I forgot all the other names. My wife was telling me about them earlier. Man, they're making money off of this. And I wouldn't be surprised if one of those senators at Congress, what's it called, masks,
Mhm.
masks and rubber gloves.
Well, it's getting crazy, and like I said, it's going to come to a point where people can't ignore it anymore. France is already there. You just saw it. I bet you that probably over 50% of those people who are in the streets were people who were sitting at home just ignoring it, going, oh, this freaking stuff is crazy. I'm just going to go on there, just changing the channel. Now that their president is wanting to impose this, now they've got up off their butts.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty soon, I'm telling you, it's going to be at our front doors. And we want.
And just like those people shaming everybody else for not doing the vaccine or anything, isn't that what this whole cancel culture is about?
Yeah.
You don't follow along with my rhetoric, so you're bad, you're evil. No, man. It's just I got my own mind and I can think for myself. I don't need the majority of other humans to do it for me.
Right. And which I'm going to go ahead and touch on this. And of course, Justin, Bill, we've already kind of talked about this, and I did a video yesterday when you were talking about this whole council culture thing. Our last video that we did, YouTube has now taken it down.
Yep.
They said that we went against community standards and we were putting out false information.
It's pretty funny that all our information came directly from those.
Hell, half of it came from YouTube videos.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
All right. Now,
Well,
I
YouTube,
have
I
to
know
say-
that.
I
Go
will
ahead.
have to say, one of the videos we got a lot of information from was the actual Senate hearing in Arizona.
Mhm.
A government body was meeting, put out information. Guess what? YouTube deleted their video also
Yeah.
for false information. So we must be hitting the right track.
Yep.
Oh gosh. Well, talking about this right track, we're going to continue. We're flowing pretty good. Rand Paul hit the right track too with Fauci.
Yep.
Have you seen?
Yep. I remember. I heard what he said. Like, he said something about he wasn't going to wear a mask because he's already had it, and he goes, "Don't forget, I'm a doctor."
Yeah.
I was like, that's a pimp statement. I like that. You
He
go, boy.
basically had Fauci crying. He was
Yes.
ready to cry.
Fauci, he's such a tool.
Here's my thing. This is something that I cannot wrap my head around. And Justin, I know how you feel about it. Bill, I know how you feel about it. This COVID, they started out saying it came from a bat. It mutated, came from a guy eating bat in China. People started there. It spread all over the world. But yet, we have evidence. They found evidence. They came out with the evidence that this came from the lab in Wuhan. So, this was manufactured.
Yeah.
Bill, I think you brought up several videos ago that you cannot patent or license a
Something
virus
that occurs in nature.
naturally. But yet,
COVID has a patent.
yes. So, this is the thing I can't wrap my brain around, because this just shows how brainwashed people have become. And Justin, back me up on this. Anything that naturally occurs in nature that is on this planet, do you not think God has already thought about it and already has something here for us for?
Yep.
So if that's the case,
Firm believer.
yes, if that is the case, and this is a manufactured virus, then that means that we people, they did this. We did this to ourselves.
Completely agree.
And what I don't ever get is why people don't understand. Like, okay, this is manufactured, made it. People made the vaccine, but why are they wanting us to take this vaccine so bad? This is the question that everyone should be asking themselves. But for whatever reason, they
Okay,
don't.
according to the Constitution, it is not the government's business to provide me with health care.
No.
It is not the government's business to have anything to do with my health care.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Where this came up that the government's got to control all your insurance, got to control what you got to take, that's no.
Isn't that communism, socialism?
Yeah.
Yes.
The tolerant, was it totalitarianism?
Yeah.
All of that garbage. They forced what their rhetoric on other people, on their subjects.
Right.
That was the whole reason why we got away, or well, I say we, my people had nothing to do with leaving England. Well, I'm sure I had some relatives down the road, but no, isn't that the whole reason why everybody started settling into the colonies, the new world, get away from that nonsense? They broke away.
Well, before we go too much further, Bill, I think you got a video clip of Rand Paul there and Fauci.
Let's see what we can find here.
Do you wish to retract your statement of May 11th where you claimed that the NIH never funded clean trucks? Senator Paul, I have never lied before the Congress, and I do not retract that statement. This paper that you were referring to was judged by qualified staff up and down the chain as not being gain of function. Let me finish. Take an animal virus, you increase the ability to human, but you're saying that's not gain of function? Yeah, that is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about. Right?
Ooh.
Do not know what you are talking about. Okay, you get one person that speaks to the NIH, this is your definition that you guys wrote. It said that scientific research that increases the transmissibility among animals is gain of function. They took animal viruses that only occur in animals and they increased their transmissibility to humans. How you can say that is not gain of function? It is not. It's a dance, and you're dancing around this because you're trying to obscure responsibility for 4 million people dying around from a pandemic. I have to, well, now you're getting into something. If the point that you are making is that the grant that was funded as a sub-award for legal help to Wuhan created SARS-CoV-2. That's where you are getting. Let me finish. We don't know. I come from the lab, but all the evidence is pointing that it came from the lab. There will be responsibility for those who funded the lab, including yourself.
Good old Fauci.
It goes on for quite a while. But he goes on.
I will say this though, for Fauci, I will say this, like, at least he had the courage to say it to his face.
Well,
like,
at the
you don't
end,
know what you're talking about.
as the video progresses, his voice starts cracking and he starts getting shaky and he starts, because Rand Paul just keeps saying, but I'm reading your paper. You said it. You know, and then at the end, Rand Paul is recommending Fauci for criminal proceedings. He's recommending charges against him.
Against Fauci?
Yeah, for lying to Congress, because he wrote it in his paper, and then he says, well, that's not what that is. But Rand Paul read it again and said, that's what this is.
Yep.
No, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm reading your paper, you know.
And that's the point he was trying to make. He said they took something that occurred in animals, that was in animals that had nothing to do with people, and then they basically transferred it, mutated it so that it could be used in people.
That's biological warfare, isn't it?
Yes, which is illegal. The
Geneva Convention.
yes, but if you remember too, this is how they're getting away with it. The United States can't do it. Any of the rest of the countries can't technically do research like that. But to get around it, they send all of that stuff to Wuhan in China. Of course, as we know, China is communist. They use slave labor. They make their people do what they want them to do and let China do the research. So technically their hands are clean.
It was the same thing for what was it, MK Ultra? Whenever the government was doing that, they put their research facility in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not the U.S. doing it. Man,
Right.
it was U.S. It was funded by the government.
Now, I'm going to throw out another statistic, and this is something that I watched that was during that whole Fauci stuff. Some of you all may have missed it. I don't know if you did or not. But Rand Paul read that I think it was SARS. SARS had a 15% mortality rate. And nobody did anything like this for SARS. But this COVID has a 1% mortality rate, and we have to shut down the world. So
Sounds like a smokescreen, doesn't it?
exactly. Exactly. So I'm telling you, folks, people at home, got to start looking things up for yourself.
Yeah, don't take it at face value.
Right.
I mean, I
these-
hesitated on whether I was going to say this or not, but man, these guys that come up to me and they talk about, you got to trust them. I'm like, I bet you think strippers like you too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Money.
Yes. We've got to realize, and I said this yesterday in the video I put out on our Facebook page, this is not the same country that was in the 90s, that was in the 80s, that was in the 70s.
Yeah.
There was a slow evolution through that time, but it's really come to light now. And we've said it in videos past. We had Tony on. We talked about the Students for a Democratic Society. We talked about Russian infiltration into the colleges. All of that has led up to where we are now. So when you ask yourself, how did we get here? Go back, see some of our videos. We've already discussed it. That's where it started, was back then. And also from World War II, when we won, the stuff that Hitler was doing over there, research, threw everyone leaps and bounds forward into the way they were thinking as far as research with people, whether it be animals, technology, because let's face it, Hitler was doing some illegal crap, and he was really add stuff to people.
Mingala.
But they used that information that Hitler learned to further get to where we are now. Am I just throwing that out there, or what do y'all
No,
think?
you're right.
No, I completely agree. I agree. It's crazy. I don't understand it. That we've seen stuff like this happen in the past, but man, nobody's paying attention to it.
Right. Well, nobody's paying attention because of this. This is what this is today.
Yeah, I mean, anything to keep you from thinking for yourself.
Right.
That's why they don't want a bunch of people really educated. There's some philosopher that said that educated people cannot be subjugated.
Exactly.
And education isn't just listening to some professors spout their rhetoric in their classrooms. No, man, you got a critical thinking. That was was the biggest thing that I took from college was critical thinking for yourself,
Right.
being able to defend how you believe and what you talk about, being able to defend it.
Yeah.
Well, no, too many people just say, yeah, I agree with what he said.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Now, Justin, watch. And some other people have already hit this, you know, engaged in conversation with me about this, but you keep an eye open. You notice how this Delta variant has come out.
Yep.
It's almost time for kids to go back to school. What do you think?
Well, I'm not really concerned. I'm more concerned with the monkeypox right now.
What?
The monkeypox.
Monkeypox.
Ain't you seen that yet?
I heard something about it.
They have 5 cases of monkeypox in the United States.
Well, there's a whole lot of dumbassery going on in the United States. We need a vaccine for it.
But yeah, that's the thing now. Monkeypox has come to the United States. Monkeypox. Okay, here's a
Pretty
question
soon
I got for you while we're talking about this.
Okay.
It goes along with the monkeypox and COVID. If we are all fired to get everybody vaccinated, why are we letting millions of illegals across the border who are not vaccinated and then spreading them all around the country? Why?
Hmm.
You know, that's where the monkeypox came from, southern border. Because the 5 people that have it are in Texas.
All of them?
Hmm.
What he said. What exactly is monkeypox? you
Nasty shit.
you literally like thrown my brain in a loop.
Oh, you
Yeah.
haven't heard this. I can't believe you haven't heard this yet. Let me see if I can find it here real quick.
Well, while
Honestly,
you're
once I heard the name, I thought it was just
No, it's real.
garbage. I didn't.
It's real.
Oh my god.
while you're for it, you know, this just I said it in the video that they took down. You know, they're spreading these illegals out all through the rest of the country. Or actually, I wrote a blog about it on the website. You know, check out the blog I wrote on the bluecollarminutemen.com. And it's just a theory, but you know, there could be a reason they're spreading all these illegals out just to kind of cause more chaos for
All right. Texas patient becomes first U.S. monkeypox case since 2003. Although it's not clear, there may be several in Ohio exposed to the monkeypox. Subject has been quarantined. Monkeypox, which is in the same family as smallpox,
oh crap.
is rare but potentially deadly. It begins with flu-like symptoms. And a rash on the face and the body, according to the CDC. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, monkeypox is real. And it's here.
You froze there just a little bit, Bill. You may have to say that last part over again.
I say monkeypox is real, and it's here in America.
Well, I'm more worried about the monkeypox than the COVID. I mean, that's for damn sure. Our administration, ladies and gentlemen.
We're at 45.
Okay. But I will touch on this too real quick, Bill. When you're talking about them letting all of the illegals across the southern border, but they won't let any Cubans in to Florida.
Yeah, because it makes communism and look bad. These idiots out there, like, well, who was it? Seth MacFarlane, the guy that created Family Guy and a bunch of other crap. His opinion was maybe we should try democratic socialism. Name one country where socialism has created the utopia they said it would.
That hasn't worked in history.
Yep. And why are there thousands of people or hundreds of thousands or just, I can't even tell you the number. I don't want to misquote it, but the number of people every year trying to get here from communist countries.
Yeah.
China,
How
Cuba.
many people have you ever seen trying to break into a communist country?
The only one that I know of was Snowden, but he had no choice.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Oh gosh, bless his heart. But Bill, you got any last words?
Watch out for the monkeypox.
Justin, any last thing?
Do not believe everything these people tell you. Strippers do not like you. These people in office, they do not care. Most of them, I won't say all of them, but most of them, they're just looking out for themselves, especially the Democratic Party.
Right. Well, I'm gonna end it with giving you all this statement and thought. Ladies and gentlemen, for all of you who are waiting for someone to save us, for all of you who are waiting for Trump to come back, we're not saying he's not going to come back, but not quick enough. The people who entered this country in those 13 colonies couldn't wait for somebody to save them. They had to do what they had to do. Whether you're behind a computer desk, you work in an office, you're a mechanic, you're a farmer, doesn't matter. At some point, this is all going to end up on our doorsteps.
Yeah.
There'll be nobody that's from the sky to save you. This country, the people in this country that built it, that wrote that Constitution, that lived those values, we all have that intestinal fortitude in us. It came from your grandparents, your dad and mom, your great grandparents. So just remember, you have the strength inside of you to do what needs to be done when the time comes. I'm not promoting anything. I'm not saying we should be going to civil war, but I'm telling you, we may have to save ourselves.
Yeah.
To the people of the United States. We've done it before, and by God, we can do it again. So that's all I got here at the Blue Collar Minutemen. We all wish you a good weekend.
That's right.
God bless you all, and God bless America.
Amen.
We'll see you.